It's always great when you get to start a new box set from Radiance because they're always exciting, and I've never discovered one that hasn't offered me some wonderful surprises and some new avenues to check out. And Viridiana from Louis Buñuel is another one of those movies that was just an absolute joy. Released in 1961, this is number 83 in the Radiance range and offers up a really interesting, twisted and torrid tale as we are introduced to our titular character, Viridiana, who is about to take her vows as a nun, but is instructed to go back and visit her uncle, the man who has kind of paid her way as she spent time in the convent.
Preferiría no salir del convento, madre.
Temo que no se encuentre bien. Es su único pariente y debe despedirse de él antes de profesar.
She reluctantly goes back, but most definitely just wants to commit her life to God and spend time there. Going back to her old family homestead and meeting her uncle, it brings back a lot of memories, but almost solidifies her idea that she's made the right life choices and her life is directed towards the way she really should head, and she's enjoying that. And things take a sort of turn for the worst as her uncle is very duplicitous in his manoeuvres and what he's after, and torments her and pushes her and almost blocks her path of moving into the way of going back to being a nun, stealing that from her in a rather horrific sequence where there was no light at all. It was just all dark and brooding and such a horrible idea. I won't even mention it because it's a bit of a surprise in the film, and it was shocking. After this, Viridiana will never be the same. She understands that her life path has been moved. It's not by her choice, but the avenue she wanted has been stopped and she has to do something else.
Ya no podrás volver al convento. Ya no eres la misma que salió de allí. Tendrás que quedarte a vivir conmigo para siempre.
Left in this palatial mansion, she decides that if she cannot be a nun, if she cannot devote her life to God, she will devote her life to good. She will help those that need it most. And it's this idea of a character who is constantly being pushed and cajoled and who makes these choices and has them robbed from her, who is constantly moulded and shaped by the people around her. Although she's always trying to do good, it never lands that way. As she tries to help the people who are without money, without homes, as she brings them into her estate and tries to give them a better foundation, it always has this underlying fear that things won't turn out the way she wants. These people are grateful to have food, grateful to have lodgings, a place to stay, but there is a building resentment there as well because she has so much and these people have so little.
No va a llorar por eso. Si ha perdido un hombre, otro encontrará que la consuele.
José, por Dios, no le deje.
Viridiana is a wonderful study of a woman just torn down by life, by people around her, by the community that she tries to uplift, almost rebelling on her and trying to tear her down to their level. The manipulation that constantly goes on by lots of characters as they push and cajole this woman is nothing short of just appalling. This is a character who just wants to do good, who wants to commit her life to a purpose, who wants to see that through, but people's machinations, the duplicitous nature, the way they twist and turn is constantly stopping that from happening. Viridiana was a shocking film with a storyline that was truly surprising and kept me on the edge of the seat, whether it be horrified by the actions of some of the characters, whether it be pleasantly surprised by how the character would bounce back from situations and ultimately try to make the best of that, how there was constantly pitfalls all around her, and although she tried to avoid them by trying to do good, it always came back to just haunting her, taking her choices and turning them into some monster version of what she initially wanted. Stunning film with great performances, great sets, great supporting characters, all the little people that turn up in this one, even if it's a bit part, do their part to create a wonderful environment. This hodgepodge of social class pushed together really does come to the forefront in the latter of the film, where it becomes again incredibly haunting and twisted and hard to watch, and a real sting in the tail finale, which alludes to something even more twisted than I first thought it was going to be. Absolutely amazing film, incredible start to this set. Let's dive in and have a look at the extras. Here we are in the disc for Viridiana. Let's go to the special features. First up, we have the life and times of Don Louis Buñuel. Produced in 1983, just 1 year after Buñuel's death, this BBC Arena profile features readings from Buñuel's classic autobiography, My Last Breath by Paul Scofield, and contributions from Buñuel, collaborators and contemporaries. And it comes with an intro from the director Anthony Wall as well. This runs at an extensive 1 hour, 41 minutes, 17 seconds and is just fantastic. Even though it's something that came out a long while ago, tackling just after his death, looking at the man, looking at his impact, his films, you get it in some of his own words as well. It was just a fascinating extra. Next we have an audio commentary by Michael Brook. Then we have Lulu Wang. Director Lulu Wang gives her personal appraisal of Viridiana, analysing its themes and influences on the relevance to filmmakers in the modern era. Recorded exclusively for Radiance in September 2024. And this runs for 10 minutes 56 seconds, and there's a talking head where she's talking about expanding her own film knowledge, how she kind of dipped into Buñuel, and this was the second film she watched and how it impacted her, how the themes still are pertinent today, and she goes on to explain why she thinks that's so. Next we have Cineastas de Notre Temps, which is a filmmaker of our times. This 1964 archival episode of Cineastas profiled Buñuel in his hometown of Calanda in Teruel, Spain, and it runs at 47 minutes 46 seconds. Again, it's terrific because a lot of the footage in this one is just fantastic. It's intercut with moments from the films, but then you just have footage of the town, and just to see this product of a time captured there, as well as the wealth of information that's delivered through people or voiceovers. It's wonderful. But the visual aspect of this was something that really kind of struck a chord with me. And lastly, there is a gallery. And that's the extras for Viridiana. There we have it. First movie from the Nothing is Sacred set is Viridiana. I cannot wait to move on to the second film in this set, because if it's anything like this, I'm in for a real treat. I'd love to know if you've picked up this set or if you've seen this film before. Let me know in the comment box below whether you loved it, hated it, or fell somewhere in the middle. I'd love to know your thoughts on this. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to Patreon, membership program, manvfilm.com. Always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.